What's going on, guys? I'm back at you again, and let's get through as many plays as I can. I got a little bit of time, so let's see if I can get this done. First play. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought I had the sound off. For some reason, it took away my toolbar. What the hell? YouTube is messing up today. It looks like. Alright, we're good. Alright, so first play, we got Phillip Rivers. Let's see what happens. They're not even really rushing, and then you just get a drag route. Wide open drag route, guys. No bump and press at all. They're up close like they're gonna press. Free release. This dude does a false step. Now he's chasing the entire way. The receiver had time to turn his body to a 180 degree to search the ball and then turn back and run. And no one was even within reaching distance of him. So what is that corner doing? Like, why are you just so backed off? Why are you taking so long to react? Why is the D line not rushing? Like, what is like? There's just so many questions. Like, what is going on right now? All right, next play. It's just that was luck. I don't know. One thing I will say though, the quarterback throws the ball. Hold on, let me get rid of this real quick. This is kind of in my way. One thing though, the quarterback throws the ball to. You see how he throws it to the inside? Quarterback threw the ball to his inside. That's the only reason why the defender didn't get there. I don't know if this quarterback did that on purpose, but it ended up in the only place that the receiver can get it. Because this DB came running on his outside shoulder and literally hugged him on this side and just couldn't reach the ball. You can see right there, it's about a foot away. And it was off a deflection, I think. So that's just a great catch by the receiver. And I think it was a good placement of the ball. If nothing else, he put it in a spot that no one can get it. But the fact that this tackle isn't made and that tackle... Alright, I was going to say, I thought he was going to break through that. The first tackle should have been made, though, guys. And because he missed that tackle, it's on a top 10 play or 15 play list because he got 10 yards on it on a play that should have been no yards. See, it's a smaller defender. He's got shorter arms, right? And just couldn't get there. That's a tight end. That tight end's like 6'5", 240. So DB has no chance. Now this is Cam Ward. Look at the rush and lack thereof. There is no rush. Look at how they're all just crashing inside. No lane assignments. No one's really coming at the quarterback at all. Cam has all day. What is this going to be, like a miraculous touchdown, or is it going to be a pick? Oh, wide open. I never understood that. Why is the back of the end zone always open? No matter who the team is, no matter how good they're supposed to be. Whenever a quarterback is scrambling, the back of the end zone never gets covered. Like, look at this. Look at this right here. You got a linebacker here, and then we saw one guy run over here. So why didn't they stay there? That's my real question. Why did they move from that area? I wish we could see the whole entire screen. It'd be so much better. It's like, why are these guys running up? This is still your zone back here. It doesn't matter if the quarterback drops back 50 yards down the field. That's still your zone. This is still your zone. This is still your zone. Why are they over here in front of the end zone? There's no reason why all those guys should be standing in front of the end zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 guys, even this guy, 7 guys out of position that should be in some type of position to stop something. But okay, what do I know? I'm just a guy. I mean, I've only been playing for over 25 years, right, going on. So, I mean, what do I know? I'm just some idiot. All right, let's go to the next play. It's just like, okay, bro. This is what you see in gym class. Them gym class heroes. All right. Let's see some Steelers here. That should have been picked off. Let's see if the defensive back really went for the ball wholeheartedly. We're going to see right now. That should be picked. That should be picked, guys. And as you can see, we got alligator arms. Right? Alligator arms. So what does that mean? alligator arms. That means you're jumping for the ball like this instead of fully extending your arms to get as long a reach as you can. If you don't fully extend your arms, the ball literally has another foot or more to just pass by you. So that's what happens whenever you see guys attacking balls like this. Instead of fully extending their arms out, they're not trying to bat it down. They're just trying to make it look like they're trying to make a play on the ball. That's all it is. It's acting. He's pretending that he's going to make a play on the ball so you guys don't rip him a new ass and say, why aren't you picking that off? Oh, he tried at least. Oh, did he? Did he? Does falling on your face while alligator arming, does that qualify as trying? Look at that ball, guys. All he has to do is extend his arm. Even lunging with your arm extended would get this done. But he doesn't do that. He doesn't even really sell out as he's diving forward. And he goes limp arm, alligator arm, however you want to say it. There's no way in hell that this should get caught at this point at all. And then look at this guy, 29. What are you doing? That's Minkah. So Minkah playing against his old team doesn't know how to tackle all of a sudden. Like, what was that? Like, right here, all he has to do is wrap up. Like, literally, wrap up. Wrap up. Like, what is that? He, like, touches his chest, and, like, now he's falling to his face. Like, why aren't you just grabbing onto him and wrapping up and just waiting until more people can get there? Like, well, I don't understand why you touched his chest. He's touching his breastplate right now. He's like, yeah, no, right? And then stumble and bumbling, and then what is that guy doing? He just breaks down like he's going to make a tackle. Look at this. Breaks down like he's going to actually do something, like he's doing something, right? But the problem is he's looking at the turf. He's looking down at the turf. Actually, that wasn't even a straight line, because if you really look, he's like looking down at the ground. Minkah is looking at the cheerleaders. Look at him. What are you looking at, Minkah? That's just because I can't make a straight line, but yeah. He's literally looking. I don't know where he's looking, guys. He's literally looking over there. It's just like, what are you looking at, bro? And then you got a guy just strolling the park, standing straight up, just looking instead of hustling to the play. Another guy standing straight up. Another guy. This guy has a forward lean, so this guy's the only guy actually running. This guy right here is the only one really, truly running. But he's not even anywhere near the play. Everyone else is just standing around. Like, I would fire every single one of these guys. I would bring them in on Monday, today, right? Or no, today's Tuesday. But yesterday, I would have... Well, they played yesterday, so they'd be watching film today. So I'd bring them in today and show them this play specifically and pause it right here. I'd be like, yeah, you can go clean your locker out. You can clean your locker. You can clean your locker. And Minkah, you're just going to get benched because I don't know what you were doing. And this guy, you'll have a job because you're showing effort. But those four guys would be out of a job if I were in charge of this team. Luckily for them, I'm not. Because I don't know what this is. Maybe somebody can explain that. He even moved out of the way for him because he didn't juke. He literally moved out of the way to let him run by. So I guess Vegas told him to let him go. Now let's see what happens on this play. Oops, I didn't mean to go that far up. Looked like a right tackle false start. Not going to matter, though. This is a nice ball. But the problem is, it's the thing where the defender never looks back for the ball. That, you know what I mean? This is just... It is what it is, guys. We see this every week, a couple times a week. Running back just runs a in and wheel route. It was an in and wheel route. The defender never looked back for the ball. Even yanks through it, but it couldn't rip it out because he was able to pull the ball away from that yank arm. So, I mean, let's look at it again. He never looks for the ball, but right there, if he pulls his arm back, he could rip it out. But look at it, he goes to the side to allow the receiver just to switch hands. You know what I mean? That's all that was. They didn't even let us finish seeing it because the receiver was just going to switch hands and let him rip that arm that doesn't have the ball. That's all that would have happened. Like, it's not hard to pretend to play football, guys. It's not. You really think it's easier to wrestle and fight someone for pretend than it is to play football? No. If anything, it's harder to pretend fight than it is to play football and pretend. Because you got to think, on the football field, it's hard to watch all 22 guys. You're usually focused on the quarterback and who has the ball usually. So a lot. Think of that. There's like 10 to what 18 other guys that can just do anything. You wouldn't even notice. So don't tell me it's not hard, or it is hard to rig a football game, because it isn't. It's harder to rig a wrestling match. Think of all those moves. Think of an hour-long match in wrestling. How do you remember all those moves and everything that has to happen at every point? That is harder, in my opinion. Because at least in football, you could have armbands, and you got, the communication in the ears. They can just signal anything to you. So it's way easier, in my opinion. And it's not even an opinion. That's just fact. This is just a deep ball, and this is where they called the PI here. This is on purpose, though. I already have this on a YouTube short, and on TikTok. The guy picked it off, but he pulled and grabbed on him on purpose, so they'd call the PI just in case. It's called a just in case penalty, man. Right? You'll see it in a minute, guys. He grabs him right there. He grabs him. And then he picks it off, yes. But the problem is he grabbed him initially so the ref could call the play, and they got flagged for it. You'll see the grab on this side because he grabbed him on the side. You couldn't see it. You'll see it in a moment with his left hand. Right there. Grabs him. You see it? Right there. He grabs him. He does that on purpose so they would make the call with his left hand. It just happened. And then he rips the ball from him, but it's too late. You already committed the penalty. All right, let's go to the next play. So I got about 16 more minutes. I want to see if I can get all these plays in. All right, let's see what happens on this play. This is early in the game, so the Pats were dominating early. I knew the Bills would come back. They always let the Bills come back. Is that Stefan or Kashan Butte? Yeah, Butte, or Butte, however you say that. That's just the same thing. The defender just doesn't look back for the ball. Defender is literally there the whole time, but he just does the arm reach out thing like he's pretending to do something and then lets him catch it. It's stupid. We'll go to the next play. It really is stupid. He was just pretending. When you see them pretend, it's just sickening. I don't even know if the receiver caught that, but we're not going to waste time on that. I got to get through these plays. Next. Let's see. So they do a screen. Every single D lineman just runs by the block thinking they're that great when really they were let go. Look at that. The right end right there. Right there. You're taught if a lineman lets you go, it's because they're letting you go on purpose because they're running a screen behind you. So look at right here, guys. Look at this guy. Run right by. The tackle just pretends to block you, lets you go. That's when you pull on the brakes and you look for the screen man. Instead, he just keeps running in. And the further you run in, what these guys do, the farther you are going to be from the ball when it finally gets passed over your head. So that's why they tell you once they let you go, pull the brakes, turn back around, and run back to where the linemen are. Because that's where the ball carrier is going to be. Every single time. Or you just blow up the play because there's too many guys near the linemen. So either way, it's a win-win. Getting beat on a screen, there's no excuse for it. It's just lack of effort, lack of understanding, and lack of paying attention. That's all it is. It's just ridiculous. Now we're just going to see guys just not even tackle. Look at that. Falls on his face, eats some of that turf bead. And then you got this guy right here just having sex with number 75 and letting them just dominate him. It's embarrassing. I don't get the Jets. Like, why even try to win all these games? Now you have the same record as the Browns when really you needed a worse record than them to get the quarterback. I know both teams have assets with draft picks, but like, why did you let that happen? Why did you let it get to that point? You should have let the Browns win that game. The Browns, I think, strategically lost to the Jets just to get a higher pick. But if the Browns are keeping Shedeur, it didn't really make sense to do that because you could still get the receiver you want at a high pick. You know what I mean? And then you have that late first round. You can get an old lineman. So I don't get it. Really, if I'm the Browns, I'm trading back because they're going to be at the top 3, 4. If I'm the Browns and a team offers me 2 more firsts Like, let's say like the Rams want to move up and they want to give you 2 of their firsts to move up. You got to take it. Now you got 3 first-round picks. You know what I mean? Like the Browns, in my opinion, they got to get more draft capital. They got to basically make up for what they lost in that Deshaun trade, because they lost like what 4 or 5 first-round picks in that trade. Like, so you got to somehow make that back. And I don't think trading more picks to get Mendoza is the answer, because like you still have no O-line. Who's gonna block for Mendoza? It's gonna be the same thing. Because Shador's a good quarterback, but he was playing with 3 backup linemen yesterday, guys. He was missing his starting tight end. He had another receiver out. So and in the frigid cold. So it's like, what are we doing? They had no run game. He was the leading receiver or rusher again 2 weeks in a row. You can't win like that. You can't win. I want to see this kid behind a good O-line and good receivers. I bet you he dominates. That's all he needs. Literally yesterday he was under duress, or 2 days ago, all game. No time to breathe, no time to even look at anything. But you got Jerry Jeudy dropping balls, letting guys rip the ball out of his hand in the end zone. Like, it's just like they need a complete overhaul. Keep your QB and build around him and watch this puppy race to the top. All right, let's see what happens on this play. This got to be the interception. No, it's not. Or it might be. It's not the one I'm thinking of. It might be the different one. This is the Jerry Jeudy one, isn't it? In his hands, that's a touchdown. But nope. Nope. And we literally just talked about this. I didn't realize this was going to be the play. And the sad part about this, guys, the ball on this. Like, the pass on this was just impeccable. The ball placement, it was just a thing of beauty, guys. Look at that spiral. Look at the placement. Jerry Jeudy is just a bum of the highest order, guys. He's a high order bum. I'm done with Jerry Jeudy. Like, he's a high order bum. Yes, I know he did it on purpose. I know. But he's still a bum. All the stuff he did the prior weeks, like, we can't just forget about that. He's a bum. I hope they get rid of him. You can't bring Jerry Jeudy back. Even if it means releasing him, you got to let him go. On this play, they're not even rushing the Jets. You could tell the Jets checked out on this season. Same as the Browns. They were checked out that last game. You got guys missing tackles. When the QB is in their grasp, when you have the QB in your grasp and you're a D lineman and he is able to get away, you've completely just pissed on the season and you're done, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Oh, this is where Caleb rolls out and throws it and threads the needle between 2 guys. I don't know how the guy catches it. This is what they did with Josh Allen last week. This is the same exact play. They're trying to make Caleb look, oh, so great. Oh, my God, he's amazing. He threw it across his body to 2 guys defending him, and they didn't get it. He got the touchdown. He's so amazing. Let me suck on his balls. Yeah, I know. This is what they do. So Caleb is going to probably be one of the top QBs in this year's playoffs. It's just another QB they're trying to market. And then this guy, Alligator, arms it on the high point. Doesn't even jump his highest for it. And he's 6'3", guys. Grant Delpit is 6'3", and he didn't even jump to high point it. That's embarrassing, guys. There's no other way to put it. That's an embarrassing play to be a part of. You're going to be on a poster for life now. Now this is a better angle of it. Let's see this idiot just completely not high point the ball the way you're supposed to, the way you're taught. He was probably told to do so, but it is what it is. It's skipping a little bit, so we're probably going to have to end soon. Yeah, look at that. He jumps up with one hand. Why aren't you two-hand jumping with that? That's my real question here. Why aren't you two-hand jumping with that? And why aren't you jumping as high as you can? He barely even jumped on that. Number 9, you see him right there. He's looking right at him, so he knows that ball's coming towards him. He's floating it up, too. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And that's Denzel Ward, too. Wait, no, that was Campbell. Denzel wasn't playing yesterday. Denzel was another one that was out. So they were out like 5, 6, 7 starters, guys. So there was no way they were ever going to win that. And this is just throwing. We see this at least once a week where they do the screen pass and the quarterback throws it right to the defensive end. This is the same thing we see every week. This is Matt Stafford, guys. He does no-look passes. You don't think he did that on purpose? And look at the effort on the tackle. Let me just touch your shoulder. Like, don't tell me that wasn't fake. Like I'm not buying it, and neither should you. Like, how you gonna buy that? Look at this tackle attempt. Oh, okay, he actually tackled him. Okay, good for you. Wow, Matt Stafford with the here you go, and then the that's classic, guys. All right, let's get through these last 3 plays. Now they bring a terrible blitz, but let's see how this gets thrown. Oh my goodness, that is awful, guys. He threw this late, and he threw it inside when it was supposed to be on time and to the outside. This is probably one of the worst passes that you could ever throw in an NFL game. If you're throwing an out route, you got to throw it on time and to the sideline. Once you throw it inside and late, it's going to get picked off. So he probably did it on purpose. You know, he's trying to get a backup role for the rest of his life. So the way you do that is you do what you're told. Looks like the offensive player tipped the ball closer to the defender. Jesus. That's one of the worst throws you can make. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh, is this a stuff? Was he going to fumble? Oh, no, he breaks this one, I guess. Yeah, Travion had a game. Yeah, this is where May lead blocks for him, and he scores. Yeah, Travion, he just has that breakaway speed. But the problem is on the defense. Let's show you what the defense did wrong here. This is skipping so bad, guys. I'm doing the best I can. But right now the NFL is literally skipping frame by frame on this. I'm trying to show you the backside defensive end just completely not playing the backside. Look at that. So look at 57. 57 goes all the way flat down the line and gets lost in the wash. Problem is, you're the defensive end. If you're the defensive end, you're supposed to be sitting here playing and waiting at home for anything to come backside. If he just sat here and waited like he was supposed to, the running back would have did all this and bounced right into his lap. There would be nowhere to go, so he'd have to go back inside again. So the problem is, this guy runs inside, gets lost in the wash. The running back gets hit and realizes, oh, I got to cut back out. Oh, there's no defensive end, so I'm going to keep running where there's no defensive end, and he's gone. That's what happened, guys. That's why you got to play your gap. Once you don't play your gap and you're playing a good running back and he sees a gap is not being accounted for, he's going to go right to that gap, and that's exactly what happened here. You got a great running back, an up-and-coming great running back, having his lineman get pushed into his lap. Now he has to bounce it out. He realizes there's nothing out here, and there should be. Look at 57. 57 runs himself out of the play on purpose. Travion sees it. Now he just has to turn on the jets, and his quarterback is fast in his own right. Lead blocker. Touchdown. That's a hell of a play, though, by the quarterback. Beating him to the spot, but the DB's not really running, though. He's running straight up and down. But May does make that block. You don't want him using his right shoulder doing it, but he made the block. All right, let's get to the last play here. I mean, I could show you the backside of this, but it's going to be exactly what I told you. 57, just completely just running inside. You could see him. Whoops, I went too far over. I'll let you guys see it since there's one more play left. Look at a 57 right here. This guy right here. Goes way too far inside. See him? He's still in there. Like, what are you doing? 57, why are you so far inside? Now, there's no one out there because 57 went to go have a pancake. All right, let's see. All right, let's get to the last play here. And then we'll get up out of here. If they allow us to. Who knows? Maybe the NFL just had enough with me. They're like, oh, no, you can't see the number one play, brother. You ain't allowed to see the number one play, my guy. You gonna have to sit here and watch this screen load with this little load sign. Oh, my God. All right, here we go. All right. Oh, yeah, this is the interception where Van Noy just pitches it back and lets the guy run it back. So we'll just watch the interception and then we'll call it a video. So Joe just drops back. There's a rush right in his face, and he literally just throws it right to the defender, guys. Doesn't even look like Joe Burrow. This is not even a Joe Burrow type play, but what is it? It's 3rd and goal. So, yeah, Joe Burrow did this on purpose, guys. Joe Burrow knows this has to go in the dirt. I can't throw an interception here. It's the 4th quarter. We need points. Like, throwing this up for grabs, it's just, no. It's not the move here. So he literally just throws it right to the middle backer, and then the middle backer, I think it's Van Noy for that play, just gives it to the defender, a defensive back to run it. Look at this. He just threw it right at him. I know there's pressure in his face, but it's Joe Burrow, guys. Joe Burrow is probably the most accurate QB in the league. So this is on purpose, guys. So I know one of the fanboys are going to be like, he was trying to throw it to 88. Come on, guys. Just stop it. Stop it. All right, guys. We're going to end it here. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you could do me a favor, press that like button down below. It helps. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.